Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LALATE. The toast is toast and the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and Nancy does not have a bill. No deal, no deal. Boy, what a day it was last night. Oh, you saw it on Afternoon to LA. You saw it when I went live on Dean and Mitch. Boy, the President of the United States blew up Nancy Pelosi's hope to go home and have $12 ice cream today. Boy, she doesn't even like to stay in Washington more than 3 days, and now she's staying in Washington for 7 consecutive days. The President of the United States last night said, no deal, I'm not doing this darn bill. There's too many provisions in here I don't like, including the money for foreign governments, and the stimulus check amount is junk. Sound familiar? It does. It's what we did as the Purple Power to ensure that the President get the message loud and clear. Reject the bill. And that's what he did. He rejected it. He didn't veto it, but he rejected it, demanded an amendment. And then shortly thereafter, Nancy Pelosi says, get ready, I have an amendment for you. And last night, some congressional leaders said they have a copy of the amendment. So the question is, what will happen with the Senate? What's going to happen with your stimulus check? Will you get $2,000 as a stimulus check? How soon will you get $2,000? And how is this suddenly changing the whole dynamic of the situation for Georgia? Oh, Georgia on my mind. Well, Georgia's on my mind. I hope you are on my mind. And let's get rocking and rolling. This is a great recording of Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm so excited for you because finally, you look like you're about to get $2,000 stimulus check. There's one permutation in which this won't happen, and you know which one it is. It's the one in which those miserly GOP senators may say, you know what, no deal, just see ya in January. And that is certainly a possibility. I'll be going over those details as well. But if that doesn't happen, you're going to see a $2,000 stimulus check around the first week of January. I'm not hiding the bacon. I'm giving the bacon right up in front. Well, it's not real bacon because she didn't give me my bacon. Where's my bacon? If you've not been tuned in before for Early Morning to LA, it's an instant premiere. And boys, please subscribe because no one's doing it better than you and I. The Purple Power pushed the president to get this done. Push the message to get a stimulus check in the bill. Push to get a stimulus check or a shutdown. Then pushed for a larger stimulus check. And your hashtags worked. The new hashtag is hashtag StimulusCheck2000. Very simple. Get the message out loud and clear, but please subscribe. Please subscribe. Go to the front channel, subscribe. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. LALATE is now a 24-hour news channel with programming spanning around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Before this recording, you saw the EIDL video and the FPUC UI video. If you did not, they're available on this channel right now. The first one debuted about 1 a.m. The second was at 2 a.m. If you're tuning into this recording, it's an instant premiere. And as an instant premiere, you can chat along with your Purple Power buddies on the side and comment about what you think of the purple shirt. Yeah, I did bring back the purple shirt because last night was a very nice victory to finally get another win for the Purple Power. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news, as I said this morning, is that there's no deal. There is no deal. There is never going to be a $600 stimulus check, ever. So you can sort of kiss away that $600 stimulus check misery that a lot of you are dealing with and sort of, compartmentalize and say, I really don't like $600. I just don't want to show how badly I don't like $600. Well, guess what? The new amount is $2,000. The president yesterday said $2,000. Nancy went quickly back and revised the bill to add the word $2,000. It all took all of 10 seconds. It's only one line in the bill, but she didn't do something else. And in this video, I'm going to go over all those details right now. Boy, so many details, so much time, and so little to digest. In this recording, I'm going to go over what is going on procedurally, what's going on with the stimulus check amount. And in the video right after this, I'm going to go a little bit more into depth to what may happen today, because this is just changing by the minute. And I know you have you want to hear my opinions of the situation, I have a lot of them. Where you are right now is the $600 stimulus check is never going to happen. So that's the good news. The other good news is that the $200,000 stimulus check is the only number. And so we have leapfrogged from 600 to 2,000. 1,200 is no longer the permutation, no longer in the equation. How is this going to happen then? The president yesterday, in a midday recording taped in the White House, posted to Twitter, said he did not like the second stimulus package that landed on his table for two reasons. It was about an 8-minute video. 6 minutes of the video focused on the first subject and 2 minutes focused on the second subject. The second subject was the stimulus check and the amount. He didn't talk about anything else about the stimulus check except the issue of illegal aliens, which I'll address in a second. He said the $600 stimulus check amount is an insult. It should not be that amount. I want a $2,000 stimulus check, and I want an amendment to reflect a $2,000 stimulus check. That was the first thing. He said $2,000 for an adult and $4,000 for a married couple. That was the second thing he said. The third thing he said is, I don't want illegal aliens to get a stimulus check. By all accounts, that was a misstatement because it doesn't look like illegal aliens will get a stimulus check. It still requires a Social Security for at least one of the recipients to get a Social Security check, Social Security number. So that appears to have been an inaccurate statement. Now, anything else about the stimulus check? No. So he didn't say anything else about the stimulus check, and I got a lot of questions about that last night in Purple Power Live. Did he say anything about adult dependents? No. Did he say anything about how big the family will be? No. Did he say anything about anything else? No. So is he happy with everything else? It's presumed that he is. So how much would the child's check be? It's presumed, since he didn't bring up the child's check, that he's fine with $600. Everyone presumes they're fine with $600. I'm fine with $600 because children the last time got $500. This is $600. There's no reason a child's supposed to get a $2,000 stimulus check like a 35-year-old adult. A 4-year-old kid's getting a $2,000 stimulus check doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. The family size doesn't seem any change, and there you are. Everything else that I've been reporting over the last 2-3 days would stay the same about the stimulus check. And the great news about the stimulus check is you really haven't lost any time, because it's only, he did wait, but he only waited about a half a day. So you were never going to get the stimulus check this week. I already made 1,000 recordings about that already. And you're already going to get the stimulus check about the first week of January electronically. You're still there. So thank goodness this so far has not messed up anything. Now, he spent the 80% of the rest of the video talking about another subject matter, and that's why I have to bring this up, because it is a big issue. $8 to $9 trillion was put into this bill. Excuse me, $8 to $9 billion was put into this bill for foreign countries like Kenya and Cambodia. It's insane. It's just mind-blowing. And we all know who put that in there. It's just, yeah. It was put in there, and then apparently no one caught it. Now, there's a lot to say about that. Let me see. I'll get to that later if there's time in this recording. The point is that it was in there. It should not be in there. The other point is that social media was talking about this all day yesterday. Kenya was trending #1 on social media because of the Kenya $1.5 trillion allocation under the second stimulus bill. It's disgusting. It should not be in there. This is a stimulus bill. We're not saying that Kenya shouldn't get any money, just not in a stimulus bill. All we heard was there's no money for us because it's all used up for UI and PUA. I mean, we heard this horrible stories. There's no money for this because the reason why there was no money was because it was used up for other countries. Now, I want to certainly do the mathematics with you. In reality, the countries that got this money, $8 billion, is not really a holdup for your stimulus check, because by raising your stimulus check from $600 to $2,000 is not $8 billion. It's a couple $100 billion. So it's a big jump. So that they were not inherently the reason why you didn't get a stimulus check. They just shouldn't be in there. So the president, over 8 minutes of this video, said, take that out. He said, either take this out by amendment, take this out and put the stimulus check in there by amendment, or you will not see me sign it. And then ultimately you will have to decide what to do with the next president, who will be me, which is what he said, not me. That's what he said. So With that, about 2 hours later, Nancy Pelosi said, guess what? I've amended the bill to give you $2,000 because the president wouldn't tell me how much he wanted. So I only put $600 in there because he didn't tell me how much he wanted. That is just all untrue. I mean, it's just all, everyone knows that's untrue. Nancy Pelosi agreed to the problem creator's original draft of this bill and stayed with that draft all the way up until, I think it was Saturday. And that draft had zero, had no stimulus check in there. So for her to say that she wanted to give you a stimulus check was untrue. Now, when Josh Hawley and the Purple Power and everyone else trying to fight for a stimulus check, we're fighting for $1,200. Then at that point, she says she tried to negotiate for $1,200 and the Republicans wouldn't have it. I believe her on that one. But the fact that the president didn't say that to her, that's just not true. Josh Hawley met with the president and the president said $1,000 to $2,000 over a week ago. I ran the stories I had in the title. I had some trolls saying, why are you saying $1,200 to $2,000 in the title? Because that's what Trump said he wants to have. Guess where we are now, 2,000. Hawley had also said the president would likely veto it unless there was $2,000 in the stimulus check in the bill. The president did not use the word veto last night. And I do know the nuances of a pocket veto. I do know the nuances of just not doing it. There's all those things as well. Too complicated for a channel like this. But shortly after Trump's remarks, Nancy said, I revised the bill. Then you saw some Senate House members saying, here is a revision. And they tweeted images of the page that changed 600 to 2,000. Okay. How about the pages that takes the 9 trillion out for Kenya and Cambodia? Didn't take that. Didn't show that. So will the president say, I told you to take 2 things out and you only took 1 thing out? It's presumed that he would. The president spent 6 of 8 minutes talking about the other countries and 2 minutes talking about the stimulus check. So immediately you saw Democrats going intentionally deaf on the president when he talked about what he wanted, and again, not doing what he said to do. Playing with fire? Absolutely. Going to get themselves smashed? Absolutely. So you would presume that these people have a big wake-up call overnight and understand you can't just sort of revise it the way you want to revise it. You have to revise it the way he wants to revise it. Now, Nancy Pelosi also said, we will make the amendment and we'll get a unanimous vote. Why did she use the word unanimous? Because she's trying to set up for a veto. Now, veto protection. But the catch here is not her. The catch is Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell was asked for comment. He did not respond to comment. There's about 9,000 things I can say about Mitch McConnell, and I'm going to leave them for the video after this. But the net result is no one knows if the Senate will approve this. The Senate had a big problem with 1,200. Huge problem. Fighting problem like you cannot imagine. It was not a minor fight. It was a major blowout. And to say that the president wants it now at 2,000, which, it's a little bit larger than at 1,200, and it's a lot larger than 600. And if you look at the number of votes that were against the 600 by Republicans, will it pass the Senate? The high drama of the holidays. A lot to digest and a lot to understand. The good news is that the routing times will not change. The routing times will not change because ostensibly if this gets done today, then you're not any slower on getting the stimulus check, which I've told you it's about early January. In a given morning, there's so much to report to you, and I'm never sure which subjects to choose. This channel now covers 3 stimulus packages. Those are this one, second stimulus, then Purple Power, which is state stimulus, rent, food stimulus, utility stimulus, and toy stimulus. And then third stimulus, which was Biden's stimulus, which has its own show on this channel as well. In a given day, you sort of choose which topics you're going to put into Early Mornings LALATE, which is a overview show. Holidays LALATE at 12 noon is an overview show. And the check shows on afternoon and evenings overview show. And Mornings LALATE overview show. But for today, I'm staying just with the second stimulus revelations of Trump overnight. These are big things. And that ultimately, these could change a lot of things very quickly. So with that, join me shortly after this at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, for the continuation of Early Mornings LA, in which I go over what will happen with the Senate if the House does vote on the amendment today, and then it lands in the Senate. Will the Senate approve it? And if the Senate doesn't approve it, what does that mean for Georgia? Yeah, a lot of shocking developments. Stay with me as well. And then join me next on Mornings LA at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm so glad that you had a good yesterday. I enjoyed the live chats. I really did. Yesterday was a roller coaster, as one person said it. And the great thing I could say, I was very proud of you. I was very, very, very proud of the viewers. Not only because you reached another achievement for the Purple Power, but moreover that you stayed informed. I saw the traffic early in the morning yesterday where it was very slow, so I assumed people were sort of overwhelmed by the events of the night before. But as soon as things hit very quickly, people were ready to get informed about where we were once again. And this is a major twist that you need to stay informed with. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay that life.